Have you ever stood at your kitchen counter in the morning, cracking an egg into the pan, and thinking to yourself, is this really enough? Maybe it's become a habit over the years. Simple, easy, reliable. One egg, a little toast, maybe some coffee. But somewhere deep down, there's that little voice whispering, could I be doing more for my health? You're not alone in wondering that. A lot of us reach a certain age and start to look at food differently. It's not just about taste anymore. It's about how we feel afterward. It's about energy, focus, digestion, and frankly, whether we feel ready to take on the day or head back to the couch. And breakfast? Well, it sets the tone for all of that. Now, don't get me wrong. One egg a day is a great start. It's got high-quality protein, B12, choline, all those little nutrients that quietly help you stay sharp, strong, and steady. But the truth is, an egg is like the foundation of your breakfast, solid and reliable. What really makes it work, what brings the whole picture together, is what you pair it with. That's what we're going to explore together. Because there are certain foods, simple, wholesome, everyday foods, that can take your egg from okay to outstanding. And not just in flavor, but in how you feel for hours afterward. We're talking more energy, better digestion, stronger immunity, and even clearer thinking. Yes, your breakfast can do all that, if you choose the right partners on your plate. So let's start right here with something that might surprise you. Have you ever tried pairing your morning egg with a small portion of avocado? I know, avocados used to be one of those trendy foods everyone talked about, but the reason they caught on is because they actually work. Just a quarter to half of an avocado, sliced up and laid next to a soft-boiled egg, can transform the way your body processes that meal. Why? Because healthy fats, like the kind you find in avocados, actually help you absorb more of the vitamins in the egg. Vitamins A, D, E, and K need fat to do their job in your body. So when you pair the egg with avocado, you're not just adding creaminess to your plate. You're boosting the impact of every bite. Not to mention, those fats are also great for your brain and heart. And let's be honest, they keep you fuller longer, too. No more reaching for a snack an hour later. And if slicing up an avocado feels like too much effort, try mashing it up with a tiny pinch of salt and a splash of lemon juice. That brightness lifts the whole dish. Spread it on whole grain toast with a poached egg on top, and suddenly you've got a meal that feels like it came from a cozy cafe. Only it's right there in your own kitchen. Now, while we're talking about heartiness, let's shift to another quiet hero of the breakfast plate: leafy greens. Spinach, kale, even a bit of arugula. They're not just for salads anymore. A quick handful tossed into the pan while your egg finishes cooking, or served on the side with a drizzle of olive oil, can make all the difference. You see, greens are loaded with fiber, folate, and antioxidants. And after 60, fiber becomes even more essential. It helps regulate blood sugar, keeps digestion running smoothly, and feeds those friendly gut bacteria that support your immune system. Plus, greens are rich in lutein, which helps keep your eyes sharp, something that becomes more important with each birthday candle we blow out. And don't worry, you don't have to eat a mountain of greens to get the benefit. Even just a small side of sautéed spinach with garlic and a squeeze of lemon can elevate your eggs while doing wonders inside your body. Some folks even like tossing raw greens into a warm egg scramble. They will down beautifully and blend right in. What I love about pairing eggs with greens is that it gives your morning a feeling of balance. The egg brings the warmth and comfort. The greens bring the freshness and zing. And together, they tell your body, hey, we're taking care of you today. Now imagine for a moment. It's a quiet morning. The sun's just starting to peek through the curtains, and you've got a plate in front of you with a soft egg, creamy avocado, and a little nest of warm greens on the side. That's not just food. That's care. That's nourishment. That's a message to yourself that you still matter, that your body, your health, your energy are all worth showing up for. And isn't that what we all need? Not just another meal, but a sense that we're supporting ourselves lovingly, intentionally, one plate at a time. And once you've experienced how much better you feel with just those simple additions, a few slices of avocado, a handful of leafy greens, it's only natural to start wondering what else your breakfast could be doing for you. Let's talk about something warm, hearty, and often overlooked at breakfast: sweet potatoes. Now, If you haven't had sweet potato in the morning before, you might be thinking, isn't that more of a dinner food? But let me tell you, it's one of the best ways to start your day, especially when you're pairing it with eggs. You can roast a few slices ahead of time, keep them in the fridge, and just heat them up in the morning. Or, if you have a little extra time, toss a small one in the oven while you get ready. What makes sweet potatoes such a powerful breakfast choice is their fiber and slow-digesting carbohydrates. Unlike white bread or sugary cereal, sweet potatoes won't spike your blood sugar and leave you crashing by mid-morning. Instead, they give you a steady release of energy, just what you need to stay sharp, focused, and steady on your feet throughout the day. They're also rich in potassium, which is something many older adults don't get enough of, and it plays a big role in keeping your blood pressure in a healthy range. Add in the beta-carotene, a powerful antioxidant that supports eye health and skin renewal, and you've got a pretty amazing food on your plate. And here's a little trick. Try mashing some roasted sweet potato and spreading it on toast or a warm tortilla. Top that with a poached egg, maybe a sprinkle of cinnamon or paprika, and you've got a meal that's both comforting and energizing. It's the kind of food that hugs you from the inside out. Now, since we're on the topic of comfort, let me ask you this. Have you ever made a simple oat bowl to go along with your eggs? Now I know what you might be thinking. Oats and eggs? That's a strange combo. But hear me out. We're not talking about sugary instant oatmeal here. We're talking about wholesome, hearty, fiber-rich oats that support your heart, your digestion, and even your brain. And the beauty is, they don't have to be the star of the show. Think of oats as the supportive best friend to your eggs. A small portion, maybe a half cup, cooked in water or plant milk, with a sprinkle of flax seeds or chopped nuts on top, becomes the perfect side. While the egg gives you protein, the oats give you that deep, lasting fullness, the kind that keeps you going through your morning walk or your time in the garden. Plus, oats are one of the best foods for lowering LDL, the so-called bad cholesterol. The soluble fiber in oats acts like a sponge in your digestive tract, helping sweep away excess cholesterol and keep your arteries happy. That's pretty incredible for such a humble grain, isn't it? You can even take it one step further and make a savory oat bowl. Yes, savory. Stir in some greens, a little bit of grated cheese. Top it with a soft-boiled egg, and suddenly, breakfast feels like a warm, nourishing bowl of goodness you'd find at a spa cafe. And here's the thing. None of this has to be complicated. You don't need fancy ingredients or hours in the kitchen. It's about choosing just a few things that work together. An egg gives you protein and nutrients. Avocado adds healthy fats. Greens bring in fiber and antioxidants. Sweet potato brings long-lasting energy. And oats support your heart and help keep your cholesterol in check. When you mix and match those elements, breakfast becomes more than a habit. It becomes a quiet celebration of your health. And maybe you've been feeling stuck lately, like you're doing your best, but still feeling sluggish or bloated or not quite yourself. It's okay. That happens. Our bodies change, our digestion shifts, and what worked in our 40s doesn't always work the same way now. But that's not a reason to give up. It's a reason to explore new things. To give your mornings a little tune-up. It can be as simple as cooking your egg a different way. Maybe instead of frying it, you poach it or soft-boil it and pair it with something fresh and light. Maybe you try oats for the first time in years. Only this time, you skip the sugar and add something savory. Maybe you slice up that avocado that's been sitting on the counter and discover how satisfying it is with just a sprinkle of salt. Each of those little shifts, they're like adjusting the sails on a boat. You might only move the rope a little, but suddenly you're heading in a whole new direction. And it's one that feels lighter, brighter, and more alive. And I want to remind you, because sometimes we forget that you deserve to feel that way. You deserve to wake up and have food that lifts you up instead of weighing you down. You deserve a breakfast that supports your goals, your health, and your spirit. Because every day is a fresh start, a new opportunity to give your body something that says, I care about you. And when we do that, when we feed ourselves with love and intention, something shifts. We stand a little taller. We feel more connected to ourselves. We start the day with purpose. And speaking of food that feels like a gift to your body, there's one more pairing I want to share with you. It's simple, refreshing, and often underestimated: fresh berries. Blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, whichever ones are in season or easy to find. They could be the perfect finishing touch to your breakfast plate. Now, I know berries aren't typically what people think of first when they picture eggs. But hear me out. Adding a small bowl of fresh berries on the side of your savory breakfast isn't just about taste. It's about balance. While your eggs bring protein and stability, berries offer lightness, natural sweetness, and a powerful dose of antioxidants. As we age, those antioxidants become even more important. They help protect our cells from damage, support brain health, and reduce inflammation, something so many of us are dealing with in quiet ways every day. A half cup of berries can help you fight back against that internal wear and tear, and do it in a way that's gentle and delicious. There's also something joyful about berries, isn't there? Their color, their flavor. They remind you of summer mornings and sunshine. They brighten your plate and lift your spirit. And when you sit down to eat something that's both nourishing and beautiful, it makes the whole experience feel a little more special. You can toss a few into your oat bowl, serve them in a small dish next to your eggs and greens, or even blend them into a quick morning smoothie to sip alongside your meal. However you choose to enjoy them, they bring a burst of vitality to the plate and to your body. So let's take a moment and think about what that breakfast could look like now. Picture it with me. A perfectly cooked egg, maybe poached, maybe soft-boiled. A few creamy slices of avocado. A small serving of warm sweet potato or hearty oats. Some vibrant greens on the side, sautéed, just enough to soften. And finally, a cheerful bowl of fresh berries to finish it off. That's not just a meal. That's a morning ritual that says, I'm taking care of me. And the best part? You don't need to do it all at once. You don't have to overhaul your whole routine overnight. Start with just one of these foods. Try avocado one day, berries the next. Mix and match. Listen to your body. See what makes you feel more energetic, more comfortable, more like yourself. Because here's what I want you to remember. Breakfast isn't just a meal. It's a moment, a chance to choose how you want to feel today. And when you start your morning with care, with food that supports you, it sets the tone for everything that follows. You've made it this far in life by learning, growing, and adapting. And this little breakfast upgrade is just another way you're continuing to take the reins of your well-being. That's something to be proud of. Truly, you're showing up for yourself, one choice at a time. And I'd love to know, what's your favorite way to enjoy your eggs? Do you already pair them with some of these foods? Or is there something new you're excited to try? Let me know in the comments. Your experience could be just the encouragement someone else needs to make a change in their own life. And if this video inspired you, give it a thumbs up. It helps us reach more people who are on the same journey. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We've got more practical, uplifting tips coming your way to help you stay strong, vibrant, and full of life, no matter your age. Because the truth is, getting older isn't about slowing down. It's about living smarter, choosing what lifts you up, saying yes to mornings that begin with nourishment, intention, and joy. So tomorrow morning, when you reach for that egg, I hope you'll also reach for something more. A little avocado, a few greens, maybe some warm oats or a splash of berries. Whatever it is, make it a step toward the healthiest, happiest version of you. You deserve that. You always have. Until next time, take care of yourself and start your morning with something that makes you feel truly alive. You got this.